Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Cenora. Now I would like to present a research article by Cindiana Muriani Putri with the title is Using English Songs in Improving Listening Skill. This research is aimed in improving students' listening skill in class 11th multimedia of vocational High School Mandiri Pontianak in academic year 2017 and 2018. There are contents that I will present. First, introduction. Second, method. Third, setting and subject of the research. Fourth is technique and tools data of collection. Fifth is research, finding and discussion. And the last is conclusion and suggestion. So now let's start from the first content is introduction. Listening is one of the most important skills to master. Listening is just not only hearing but also understanding. As the main tools of communication, listening become one of the skills to be mastered by senior high school students. But based on the researchers' observation at SMK Mandiri Pontianak, only few students that can pass the passing grade. The researcher find out that the students still got difficulties in identifying the words. For example, like when the teacher gave the listening test, many of them did not finish the test because they did not know the answer. Something which is also being the problem is because the students lack the excitement during teaching and learning process. For example, like when the teacher gave a listening test, they kept talking each other and did not pay attention to the material. So besides that, many of them still let the answer in blank and didn't finish the task. So as the conclusion, the students had problems in their learning strategies and motivation. So to solve the problem, the researcher decided to conduct a classroom action research which focused to improve the students' listening by applying English songs, because it can bring positive energy that affected to the students' motivation when listening. Before applying songs as a media, songs should be selected as good as possible. There are three suggestions by Lambs cited by Kahraman 2008 could be taken into consideration for song selection. First is song lyric should be clear and loud, not submerged in the instrumental music. The quality of the sound will be listened to students must be good, so the students can listen clearly. Second is the vocabularies load for the song should be appropriate to the proficiency level. There are so many songs, especially rap or hip hop, that used unsuitable words like cursing or insulting people or thing, and possibility make students using those words in their daily life. And the third is songs should be pre-screened for potentially problematic content such as explicit language, uh, reference violent acts, or inappropriate religious allusions that may confuse the students. So now let's move to the second content is method. The researcher had used classroom action research or CIR as the research designed to help teaching finding the problem. CIR is a research which is conducted in the classroom to solve some problems that happen during teaching and learning process. So for setting and subject of the research, the setting is this research has conducted at SMK Mandiri Pontianak, which located at Jalan Tanjung Raya 2, Sami Sumping, Kelurahan Saigon, Pontianak Timur, Kota Pontianak. And for the subject, the researcher had been conducting this research to 11th grade of multimedia vocational high school students in academic year 2017 and 2018. This class consisted of 24 students, comprising 17 male students and 7 female students. So now let's move to the next content is technique and tools data of collection. For the technique, the researcher used two techniques. For the first is observation and the second is test. For the observation, the researcher had used observation checklists and field notes. And for the test, the researchers used tests in order to know the students' improvement in listening by using English songs. For the tools, also used two tools. First is observation checklist. Observation checklist consisted of the action applied by the researcher to see the improvement of the students' listening skill by using English songs. And the second is field notes that made by the researcher. The researcher had used listening tests in form of listening 4 English songs. First is Fight Song from Rahel Platten. Second is Superman by Five for Fighting. Third is Count on Me by Bruno Mars, and the last is A Song for Mama by Boyz II Men. After that, the researcher calculated the data of students' individual score listening skill by using formula. The formula is individual score equal total correct answer divided by total question times 100. So now let's move to the next content is research finding and discussion. For research finding, classroom action research was conducted to 11th grade students of multimedia class of SMK Mandiri Pontianak academic year 2017 and 2018 on November 12th to November 20th, 2017. Two cycles were carried out involving 24 students and a collaborator. In the first cycle, held on Wednesday 13th, 2017, and the class was started at 7 to 8:30 a.m. In the first cycle, the students listened to two English songs, that is, a Fight Song from Rahel Platten and Superman by Five for Fighting. They were asked to listen and complete the lyric in the paper that had been given by the researcher. They complete the lyric by only using noun, adjective, and verb. For the second cycle is held on Monday 2017, and the class started at 7:45 until 9:15. The teacher gave two English songs. First is Count on Me by Bruno Mars, and the second is A Song for Mama by Boyz II Men. Same as the first cycle, each student was given a piece of paper that must be complete the blank lyrics using a noun, adjective, and verb. And after that, the researcher of this research considered that English songs were successful in improving students listening to 11th grade students of multimedia class of SMK Mandiri Pontianak. And now let's move to the last content, is conclusion and suggestion. For conclusion, that using English song as media helps students to enjoy listening by using English songs. As more details, English songs helped students to enjoy listening and created positive atmosphere. The students were allowed singing along, but they should focus to test and do not make some noises. It was aimed to make them relax and enjoy the activity with no burden. For the suggestion, based on the research finding that the researchers has found teaching listening by using English songs improved student listening. So it was proved that English songs were attractive and made teaching and learning process cheerful. For this reason, the technique is recommended to improve students' listening and excitement during teaching and learning process to the 11th grades of SMK. So that's all my presentation research article with the title is Using English Songs in Improving Listening Skill. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.